Today we're talking about the least common multiple, LCM. A multiple or the multiple of a whole number is the product of a number and any non-zero whole number. For example, the multiples of 4 are 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 4 times 3, 12, 4 times 4, 16, 4 times 5, 20, and so on. Those are the multiples of 4. A multiple that is shared by 2 or more numbers is a common multiple. So for example, I have here a few of the multiples of 8 and 12. What are their common multiples? 24, 48. Is 72 also a multiple of 8? Yes, so that would be another common multiple. The least of the common multiples of 2 or more numbers is the least common multiple. So the least common multiple of 8 and 12 is what? 24. Find the least common multiple of 6 and 10. The first thing we're going to do is find the prime factorization of both 6 and 10. We're going to start with the factor tree. So 2 times 3 is 6, both 2 and 3 are prime. The prime factorization of 10, 2 times 5. After we find the prime factorization of each number, we're going to list it. So 2 times 3 and 2 times 5. Then we're going to circle what they have in common. They have the 2 in common. To find the least common multiple of 6 and 10, we have to multiply what they have in common. So this 2 times everything else. That means times this 3 times this 5. When we multiply these, 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 5 is 30. That means the least common multiple of 6 and 10 is 30. To find the least common multiple of 16 and 24, we have to start by finding the prime factorization of each. So 2 times 8, we have to prime factorization of 8, 2 times 4, and 2 times 2. The prime factorization of 24, 2 times 12, 2 times 6, and 2 times 3. Then we're going to list each of them. We're going to circle what they have in common. They have 3 2's in common, and then they have this 2 and this 2 that are not in common. But to find the least common multiple, we're going to multiply what they have in common. So this 2 times this 2 times this 2 times this 2 times this 3. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 2 is 4, and times 3. This means 16 times 3. 16 times 3 is 48. So the least common multiple is 48. To find the least common multiple of 9xy squared and 15x squared y, we have to start by factoring each monomial. We're going to do the prime factorization of 9, 3 times 3. We're going to do the prime factorization of 15, 3 times 5. When we're factoring a monomial, we list everything out. So 9xy squared will be 3 times 3 times x times y times y. And then 15x squared y will be 3 times 5 times x times x times y. Next we're going to circle what they have in common. Have this 3 in common, this x in common, and this y in common. Everything else I'm going to circle it in green. To find the least common multiple, we're going to multiply everything they have in common. So this 3, this x, this y, times everything else, which would be this 3, times this 5, times this x, times this y. So in blue ink is everything they have in common, and in green ink is everything that they do not have in common, everything else. So I can rearrange these in order, all the numbers together. So 3 times 3 times 5, and I'm just rearranging these, times x times x times y times y. And we're going to multiply these out to get our answer. 3 times 3 is 9, times 5, 45, x squared, y squared.